Hi, this is Deborah Brooks, and welcome to my presentation on monumental architecture and benefaction in the Roman era of the Five Good Emperors. Throughout its history, Rome experienced many wars, but the era of the Five Good Emperors, 96 to 180, current era, was a period of relative stability for Rome in the imperial succession. In this presentation, we're going to explore the era of the Five Good Emperors, with special attention on the imperial practice of benefaction and Roman monumental architecture. Marcus Aurelius was considered by many Greek writers to be an ideal emperor who developed a unified Greco-Roman political and cultural consciousness as a revival of Hellenism evolved. A synthesis of cultures was developing, which is evidenced through the emperor's monumental architecture and rebuilding of the Greek sanctuary of worship at Eleusis. Architect Vitruvius Pollio wrote the 10 books on architecture during the reign of Augustus, and he provides insight into the purpose of imperial benefaction. And Vitruvius addresses Augustus and explains that emperors used benefactions of monumental architecture to portray Rome in splendid glory as a way to establish historical identity and promote their power and achievements in memory. The study of Roman architecture in context with its society provides evidence of the role that benefaction played through both imperial and elite patrons. Benefaction symbolized the political power and authority of the emperor, the state, and the elite. As the Roman system of inequality evolved, benefaction played a role in shaping rank and status while reinforcing the dominant power and authority of the emperor and the elite as the gap between the ruling elite and the subordinate poor widened. Historical identity is enhanced through monumental architecture, which plays an important role in shaping attitude and behavior. This immense structure is a bust of Antoninus Pius at the Northeast Gate building at the Sanctuary of Demeter in Eleusis, built by Marcus Aurelius on the same site as an earlier gate that had been previously destroyed. It honors his predecessor while establishing the imperial presence in Greece. He built it and enlarged the Telesterion, which is the inner sanctuary of Demeter after it was burnt in 170 BCE. And an interesting note is that Roman emperors favored the sanctuary and the city, and many Roman officials, including Hadrian in 125, were initiated into the secret Eleusinian mysteries. These two pictures show what remains of the Panhellenic sanctuary of Demeter and Kore, and you can see it would have been a major undertaking, a very large structure. The inner sanctuary in particular, which would be the Telesterion, could seat up to 3,000. This is the area that particularly that Marcus Aurelius enlarged and restored. This is the last picture that we have of the remains of the very significant building project undertaken by Marcus Aurelius in rebuilding and enlarging the Telesterion, and how culturally significant this project would have been for the Greek people. The sanctuary of Demeter was located within the city walls, and the Telesterion itself within the sanctuary was a nearly square building, probably fairly centered in the actual sanctuary, that could seat 3,000 for secret rites. Visitors were not allowed into the inner sanctum because its purpose was sacred religious site, and they did construct this benefaction, this monumental architecture, at the existing site that had previously been destroyed, and rebuilding and enlarging had the effect of preserving the cultural memory of early religious activity. The impact of this benefaction would have been fairly strong. Imperial power and authority were conveyed in the benefaction, and also the Greek citizens benefited from the inclusion into Roman power structures, and that validated their ancient cult and helped to preserve their cultural memory in visible and symbolic form. And the Greeks were more likely to identify with the power and culture of Imperial Rome. In exchange, loyalty would be elicited from the locals for the benefaction. In summary, a synthesis of cultures was developing, which is evidenced through the emperor's monumental architecture and rebuilding of the Greek sanctuary of worship at Eleusis. Marcus Aurelius honored his predecessor, Antoninus Pius, in this building project, validated Greece's mystery religion. There was a collective experience of shared memory and cultural synthesis, as Roman officials and Hadrian adopted the religion, and in exchange Greek loyalty to and identification with Rome. This concludes our presentation, and thanks for watching.